State Theatre's bold move to offer 2-year contracts to a group of actors has been hailed a financial and artistic success. But for the actors, the closing curtain on the initiative means a plunge back into the uncertainty of auditions, unemployment and even being forced to move states.
State Theatre has given Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility theatrical steroids. A 3-week stage run brings down the curtain on the company's groundbreaking move to contract 6 actors, giving them 20 weeks guaranteed work over 2 years, a risk most Australian companies won't take.
It's a dream gig and it's rare. It's just not something that happens anymore.
Financially, I think the proof is in the pudding. You know, we had 2 hugely successful shows last year, an acclaimed festival piece this year.
But the financial security net for the actors is about to disappear.
Rates of employment are, especially in theatre, there's just less and less and less of it as budgets are cut. It's droughts between gigs. It's not anything predictable. It's just you hope and you keep working and you work without pay until you can work with pay.
A troupe that now innately trusts each other will literally scatter in all directions. Dale March brought his family back to Adelaide to live and is now also working on a film script and in the landscape industry with his father. After more than a decade in the business, he knows the acting world is no place for the faint-hearted.
As soon as you stop loving it, you should stop. Because there are plenty of other people who do love it and care about it enough to take your place.
You're going from contract to contract and that's really hard to plan your life. And on top of that, for an actor, you are subject to criticism. You know, you're on stage and everyone's a critic.
Brookman believes the 6 actors can survive and prosper, but will need a steely resolve.
You also have to be obsessed because it can be an exhausting and sometimes heartbreaking life. There's a lot of rejection.
Rashidi Edward was plucked from obscurity to be given one of the theatre contracts. He's sad he'll now be forced to move east to bigger markets as he chases a film deal and other work. But it's a minor issue when he sits down and looks back on a journey that started in a Tanzanian refugee camp.
There's a rooftop, I just sit and actually think, like, wow, like, you know, lesser than 80 years ago, I was
Daughtry is planning an overseas break, but plans to also audition for roles in London and talk to an LA agent about film possibilities. State Theatre hasn't ruled out again offering acting contracts in the future. Matthew Smith, ABC News, Adelaide.